All right. Guess what? This is your daily update, and prediction. This is going to be your daily update and prediction. Your daily update and prediction for AMC, GME, and SPY. Again, I repeat, this is your daily update and prediction, AMC, and GME, and SPY. We're going to be hopping right in, guys. We're going to be hopping right in. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. So again, if you guys do want to press that like button, do press that like button and subscribe. I just want to point out real quick, after the stream, we did get a lot of subscribers, guys. We did get a lot of subscribers. Big boost after the stream, so I really appreciate that, guys. Now, let's go ahead and check out what's going on for AMC and GME. This is going to be a critical spot for SPY right now. This is going to be a critical spot for SPY right now, because we do have a potential or a critical level for AMC right now. So we do have a potential breaking point. We're also going to be looking at SPY and GME. We're going to start off here with SPY. Let's go ahead and show you guys the crucial data coming out tomorrow. So obviously tomorrow, we talked about this, tomorrow is Thursday. We're going to have core inflation rating. Core inflation rating is coming out here on Thursday. Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. we get all three data reports. So if you see a big drop to the downside, guys, if you see a big drop to the downside at 8:30, you guys know that inflation came out hot. You can also check out this website right here, tradingeconomics.com. Go to your 3-star impacts, go to America, and click on the actual. When it comes out, it will show the actual report right here, and you guys can compare it to the previous numbers and see if it did in fact increase. If we see inflation come out and it did increase, guys, this is not going to be looking good for the overall market, and you probably will see the market start to pull back if we do see inflation start to increase. Again, we'll probably see the market start to pull back if we do see inflation increase. So that's something you guys want to keep in mind and keep in the forefront of your trading. Again, this is going to be critical, especially if we see GDP numbers coming down, guys, because GDP numbers already have come down from the past previous report. So if we see inflation going up even more, that is going to mean that we have a major problem called stagflation, where inflation is going up but the economy is not growing. When the economy, in order to have inflation, you should have your economy growing to be able to keep up with that inflation, but right now we have no economy growth and inflation increasing, which is not good. Let's just quickly go over the AMC data sets real quick and GME data sets and cover those, and then we'll go over all the technicals. So AMC right now, we're sitting at 3.1 million short shares available to borrow. They did use a lot. We have a nasty gamma ramp at $11. If we can manage to get to $11 by Thursday or Friday, this thing will take off, guys. This thing will absolutely take off on AMC. As far as short interest is reported, this is going to be Ortex. As far as Ortex is reported, this is going to be Ortex reports. This is going to be Ortex reports as far as Ortex is reported. So let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on with Ortex. Ortex is showing AMC short interest at 9.9%. So it is saying short interest is coming down. This is very interesting, guys. This is very interesting. Okay, we want to see what Fintel's reporting. Let's see if Fintel does. Okay, Fintel also reporting a reduction in short interest. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Again, 8 to 10 short interest is needed for a short squeeze. I do believe short interest is much higher than what is being reported, but guys, this is huge. This is possibly the sign of shorts potentially starting to cover, guys. This could be signs of shorts potentially starting to cover. Okay, this is not confirmed. This is not confirmed, guys. This is not confirmed. Okay, I repeat one more time. This is not confirmed. This is speculation, but this could be signs of shorts potentially starting to cover. Again, I repeat, this could be signs of shorts potentially starting to cover, as we are seeing reports from Ortex being low as 9.9% and Fintel actually coming down as well. Utilization is at 61.39%. Cost to borrow sitting at 1.9 8%. Shares on loan is 28.81 million. Days to cover is 1.75. Guys, we really want to be watching AMC's volume. Okay, we're gonna be really wanting to be watching AMC's volume. If we see a large amount of volume, that's going to be indicative of shorts covering, especially while we're seeing short interest dry up, and we are seeing decent amount of volume, about 26 to 27 million in each one of these candles. This one was about 35 million, so this is a decent amount of volume. It's not nothing extreme. You want to see maybe about 30 to 60 million, but still 30 to 20 to 30 million, that's a decent amount. Guys, this is actually getting pretty exciting as we are seeing that we are outside of the bands, and we're seeing short interest slowly start to go down. Potentially smaller short positions start to covering, and potentially starting that squeeze that I was telling you guys about. Again, a short squeeze starts by gamma kicking in, then FOMO kicking in, then shorts start to cover, and then it becomes a feedback loop, driving it higher and higher and higher. So this is very, very interesting. Again, 8 to 10 short interest is needed for a short squeeze, in my personal opinion. I have seen a short squeeze occur with as little as 6%, but again, you really want 8 to 10% in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and look at GameStop. GameStop, what's going on for GameStop? So GameStop short interest is sitting at 21.15%. Utilization is at 86.57%. Cost to borrow is at 3.09 days. Or 3.09%. Shares on loan is at 74.53, and days to cover is 25.15. And I want to quickly just check out AMC's put to call ratio. I just want to see if there's a lot of put to calls, because this can be indicative of hiding naked shorts. But if it is a bullish call ratio, that's going to be, yes, 45. So we actually do have a bullish call ratio as well, guys. This is an extremely good setup for AMC right now. Extremely good setup. And again, this is speculation, but short interest is decreasing from 11% reported by Ortex yesterday, and now reporting at 8%. Guys, we could be seeing some short positions start to cover, some of the smaller funds, some of the less wealthy funds starting to cover. Again, this is speculation. We will know shortly. Again, short interest decreasing obviously means short positions did cover. So we're going to be looking at this very, very closely as we are outside of the bands. Let's go ahead and pop into the technical aspect of things. That was basically all of the data sets that you guys need to know: short interest, cost to borrow, shares on loan, all of that good stuff. Let's go ahead and hop into the technicals for AMC, GME, and SPY. So SPY, guys, SPY, what's going on with SPY? I think SPY is going to have another move to the upside. You guys can see that we had this bull flag here, and we are already popping to the upside outside of the bull flag, guys. SPY is about to make another bullish move, probably all the way up to about 446 at this point. It looks like it has enough momentum to make it to 446 pretty easily now at this point. There's a gap fill right here at 438 that is going to be filling. But at this point, it does look like it's going to have enough momentum to climb to 446, in my personal opinion. Maybe 441, but it's definitely going to be climbing into the 440 range to be testing these higher levels. It is making a somewhat of a larger inverse head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, and then it's currently forming another shoulder. This would take you back up to about, again, that 446 range, possibly filling this gap at 450. We will talk about that if the time comes. Let's go level by level as of right now. And the next couple of levels that I'm looking at are at 441. So again, this would mean a little bit more pullback for SQQQ. Again, you'll never catch the exact bottom. SQQQ does look like it is getting ready to bottom out. You guys can see that it is right here on this trend line. It might be slightly breaking below as of right now, but once RSI gets oversold, that's when I will be picking up. You want to be looking for RSI to be oversold and the MACD to be flipping. I do think it would be okay to start dollar cost averaging on the way down if you are looking to add to your SQQ position. Again, just be very, very careful, guys, because this is shorting the market. So if the market for some reason were to go into some type of bull run, which is not what I think is going to happen based off of my personal opinion, but make sure you do your own research, you would get wrecked on this trade. Now, you guys can see that there is a gap fill here at 21 $21.72. I think that gap's going to get filled once we get to $21.50 and use it as support. This orange line here, you're going to see a big move to the upside because it's completing a larger inverse head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, and it is currently forming your second shoulder. This would take you all the way back up to fill the gaps. And again, this is why I think NASDAQ and SPY are going to be coming down. NASDAQ has a macro bear flag with 2 gaps to the downside, and SPY has a macro bear flag with multiple gaps to the downside as well. So this is what I'm looking at for the overall market as far as what's going on for the next couple of days. I do think we are going to see a bullish market coming into Thursday and Friday, possibly having a pullback on Friday, but I do think Thursday, tomorrow, is going to be bullish in my personal opinion. I think we're going to see a continuation to the upside. You can see that the MACD green is green on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the MACD is green. You can see that the alligator is spread plenty far apart, letting us know that this move still has a lot of momentum. And again, I do believe it is going to be continuing to the upside and completing a move to about at least 441, possibly 446 in my personal opinion. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY. I also want to point out, guys, that the VIX did slightly pump up just a little bit, then it did pull back. But again, when the VIX goes up, the dollar goes down. You can see that it did have a little bit of a pump up and then pulled back. That's when the market started to drop and then came back up. VIX did fill the gap fill here, so we can go ahead and get rid of that. But again, watch the VIX for any moves up. The VIX does look like it is actually starting to form a local bottom. It looks like it could go down a little bit lower. MACD hasn't curled just yet. But it looks like the VIX is actually going to form a bottom probably around $14 and then go back up. And this would be indicative of SPY going up to about 446 and then pulling back. So that's exactly what I think is going to be happening. I think the dollar has a little bit more downside. The dollar is inside of this bull flag. It is forming a doji right now on the daily time frame. Dojis are normally located at the bottom of a trend. So this could be a start of a reversal for the dollar. Again, it could have a little bit more downside, letting RSI get fully oversold, getting this MACD to curl on the 4-hour time frame, but eventually breaking out of this bull flag and going back to the upside, filling this gap fill up here. And again, that would be a bearish for the market. That would be bearish for the market, especially when it comes back up to fill this gap to the upside on the dollar. So this is what I'm looking at for the USD. And again, when the dollar goes up, the market goes down. When the dollar goes up, the market goes down. So this is what I'm looking at for DXY in the overall market. And again, this would also correlate with the market going up a little bit higher to 446 and then seeing a pullback. So about 441, 446 is where I do think the market will be topping out, in my personal opinion. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY, NASDAQ, DXY, and SQQQ. Hopefully you found this informative. Let's go ahead and move on to the meme stocks. Please go ahead and press that like and subscribe button. If you're interested in joining my Discord, you want to hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5. All of this information is linked down in the bottom of the stream. It's linked down in the bottom of the stream. Hit me up. And again, on the Discord, I give buy and sell signals, which helps give you an edge in the market. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and hit me up. Now, meme stocks. Time for the meme stocks. So, GameStop. So look at what's going on for GameStop. What we see right now is the MACD is in full-fledged bearish mode on the 2-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, we do have a bullish MACD, but it is curling to the downside. On the daily time frame, we got our first green candle. Guys, this is an interesting setup. You can see that the alligator is starting to curl to the upside. That is bullish. You can see. Let's see if we can see any indicators on the Bollinger Bands. On the 1-hour time frame, we do have some constriction letting us know that volatility is coming. I almost believe that we are going to be seeing a pop to the upside here on GameStop. I do think we are going to be seeing a move to the upside. We do need to break above the sloping resistance marked here in yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and mark it red so we have a different color. But we do need to break above that sloping resistance mark there in that red color, in my personal opinion, to see a pop to the upside. We have the Bollinger Band starting to constrict. And let's go ahead and pop on the alligator to see what momentum is looking like. So we can see that momentum is slightly shifting to the bearish side, but if we go to the 2-hour time frame, we can see we do have a bullish momentum. So again, this is actually looking good for a continuation to the upside. Bullish momentum on the 4-hour time frame with the alligator with the bullish MACD. But it looks like what we're going to be seeing, and it's not a falling wedge yet. It's not a falling wedge yet. I can't draw a wedge here. But it looks like either a bullish flag, like a bullish descending channel, aka bull flag, or a wedge. I cannot draw it just yet, but it looks like that is what it is trying to make or similar to make. So I believe what we're going to see is possibly a little bit more downside, maybe even tomorrow if we don't break above this sloping resistance here. But once we break above the sloping resistance, we're going to come back up. We have multiple gap fills to the upside on GameStop. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but GameStop has a gap fill up here at, it's huge. It's at it's like 1590 to 1597. So we have this gap fill here. We have gap fills to the upside at $16. Yeah, so right here's a gap fill at $16. GameStop's going to come back up and fill these gaps, okay? This is 100% going to come back up and fill these gaps. But right now, I think it's in this bullish consolidation. What we probably will see, and I'll go ahead and draw a prediction for you guys, is a pop to the upside tomorrow. We'll probably see this tomorrow, retesting this support, and then get a pop to the upside tomorrow. So this is what I'm looking at for GameStop. Let's go ahead and show you guys some of the macro. But here is your prediction for GameStop. Basically moving to the upside here in pre-market. I think we'll probably get a little bit of pop up to around 1590, in that range, 1586. And then once market opens, get a little bit of a pullback, finding a bottom around 1580, maybe 1575. Then getting a bounce, going a little bit lower, getting a second intraday low before finding the permanent low for that day, and then trending back to the upside, probably having maybe a red day, but then a green day on Friday. But I do think GameStop is setting up for a big move to the upside, and then when we zoom out, it looks great, guys. It looks great. You guys can see that we're outside of the sloping resistance marked here in turquoise. We just got that big move breaking out of it. We'll probably come back down and retest it. And if you look at the bull flag, that's exactly where it says we're going. The bull flag says we're coming back down to this turquoise line right here that you guys can see, this bluish greenish line, turquoise line, whatever you want to call it. Coming back down to it, retesting that as support. And if you guys know what that means, that is the macro wedge. If we test the macro wedge as support, we're going back to at least $30. At least $30. At least $30, okay? At least $30. Filling those gaps, and if not, 70, okay? If we break out of this, if this macro wedge confirms, and it looks like that's exactly what's about to happen. Also, this is the play out of the Wyckoff accumulation. If I go ahead and show you guys what a Wyckoff accumulation looks like, it shows you that it's basically a macro triple bottom. I'm not a Wyckoff expert, but I will show you what the pattern looks like. And you can compare it to a triple bottom. You can compare it to a triple bottom. You can literally compare it to a triple bottom. Bottom number 1, bottom number 2, bottom number 3, and if you look at a triple bottom, it's like literally the same thing. The accumulation just gives you more of an accurate pattern to look at of. But look, you get your bottom, then you bounce. You get your bottom, then you bounce, and you get your bottom, and then you bounce. And the key about a bottom is that it's a large bounce. If you go ahead and look at a triple bottom, you get your bottom and you bounce. You get your bottom and your bounce. You get your bottom and your bounce. Now, if you look at what's going on for GameStop, bottom number 1, bottom number 2, bottom number 3, here's your bounces. They're each very clean bounces. They're nice bounces that you would want to see off of those levels. So this is a macro triple bottom, and if we get out of this level and start moving up to $18, $20, that's completing the triple bottom. That's going to send us all the way back up to 30, 40, maybe even $60, because this is your point of resistance up here at that $50, $60 level, and that's where you will return if we do break out of that macro falling wedge and complete the macro triple bottom. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. And yes, I do want to point out AMC Max Pain. AMC Max Pain. So we'll go ahead and look at AMC Max Pain. This is part of the data set, so I do apologize. I didn't put this in the data set. I normally do. AMC Max Pain is going to be $9, guys. $9. And then Spies Max Pain is $434. So look out for those levels for SPY and AMC. They're going to try to push it towards those levels. Now, with as much gamma AMC has, I don't think it will be able to happen. And I think SPY will probably close a little bit higher than that. Max Pain is where market makers make the most money on call options, so therefore they always try to manipulate the stock to that level. All right, but that's pretty much what I'm looking at for GameStop, guys. As far as a long-term swing trade or a long-term hold, very, 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 very bullish. As far as a day trade, I do think we could see a possible day trade set up this week with this bull flag as it pops back to the upside. I did recently buy some more GameStop as a swing / long-term trade. So I am looking for this to be profitable. I'm holding at about $15.20. So I am looking at it for it to be profitable as a swing trade. So this could take anywhere from a week to a month, which is fine. I'm also looking at buying more AMC when we do see a pullback. Let's go ahead and talk about AMC and what's going on. So guys, I'm just going to briefly explain how a short squeeze starts. A short squeeze starts by FOMO, gamma. First, normally a gamma ramp starts and it makes the stock rally 10, 20, 30%. Then FOMO starts to kick in and then shorts begin to cover. We're seeing short interest starting to decrease. We are outside of the Bollinger Bands. I don't want to get people too hyped up, but this is a setup, guys. This is a setup, and this is something that we would see when a stock would start to squeeze. I'm not saying that this is what's happening. Do not get too hyped. But what I'm saying is this is what would happen if a stock were to start squeezing. You would see it being outside of the bands. You would see it using the bands as support. If you notice where the bands are, the bands were at $10. Guess where AMC went down and tested today? It went down and tested the bands. You guys can see it went down to $9.81 and tested the bands. $10 and tested the bands. $10, tested the bands. It did that multiple times today, testing the Bollinger Bands and using them as support. Now, the thing about AMC right now is where it is at. This is why I named the video the way I named it. It is at a crucial breaking point. This is at the level that is going to be the most important level for this whole entire week, maybe even for the next couple of weeks. AMC right now, and we need to go down to the nitty gritty, the 1 minute time frame, is literally sitting on the line for the breakout of the rising wedge. Now, I believe you guys are educated enough now to understand, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, just because not everyone knows about technical analysis, to understand that's what's going to happen if we do break out of this falling wedge. It's going to be coming to the downside. Now, our price targets are $10 and then $9.60 for the breakdown. When we do break down in this wedge, we are literally sitting on the edge right now. It could not get any crazier, guys. We closed right here. This is insane. This is insane, guys. This is insane. So we closed here, and this is like after we closed. I believe we closed right here, and this is like this is 1 minute candles. So it was probably back here somewhere, but we literally drifted right up to this thing, and we're just sitting here right now. Now we do have this is all smaller time frame stuff. We do have a double bottom right here. Bottom one, bounce, bottom two. The double bottom would take us up to a peak of $10.46. So it could potentially take us back inside of the line. In order to see AMC have a bullish day tomorrow, we would have to see AMC breaking back above $10.46, using it as support, and that is the only way. It has to use $10.46 as support and maintain above $10.46. That's the only way. If not, we will 100% see a rejection, and it's going to happen early in the morning. Probably the first 15 to 30 minutes, straight dumping, guys, straight dumping. So we are going to know right away what's going to happen. We're going to know either in pre-market or the first 15 to 30 minutes of the market. So make sure you're here for my stream tomorrow, because it's going to get crazy that first 15 minutes, and it's going to tell us a lot that we need to know. We are literally sitting right on the line, guys. It's absolutely insane. So we had this panic at the end of the day. We broke to the upside, and again, we are literally either going to get back above this and start taking back to the upside, getting that gamma ramp, and then potentially going parabolic. I don't know if some of you guys will remember this, but in today's stream, we just so happened to see what happens when a ascending wedge goes parabolic. So I tried to say about how this could happen for AMC, and we got to see one on the smaller time frames. I believe it was on SPY. It was during the stream, but basically we had a rising wedge, and we seen one where it went against the odds and broke to the upside and literally made a straight up candle. This could happen if AMC gets back inside of the wedge and holds. Basically, we'll say $8 or $10.45. We'll say that to be or 48 cents. But we'll say 10.50 so it's easier to remember. Just say 10.50. That way it's a nice even number so you can remember it. So if we can get back above $10.50, and this has to happen in the morning and pre-market, we'll be okay. If we do not get back above $10.50, then we will be seeing a breakdown. So I'll go ahead and even type that on here. All right, so AMC needs a hold 1048/1050 to break up. Anything less, we come down to $10/$9.65. We'll go ahead and mark $9.65 with that blue level, and we'll mark So again, this is exactly what we need to see tomorrow. We need to break above that $10.48, $10.50 level to maintain inside of the rising wedge. And guys, this is going to be very, very critical. But if we do break down out of the wedge, guys, it's not going to be the end of the world. What will happen is we'll come back down to that we'll come back down to that $10, $9.65, whatever the case is. And then we will find a bottom and then continue back up. We are headed back for the $11 to $13 gap fill. I think we'll actually probably fill this next week. Believe it or not, I think we'll fill it. Now, do not take this to the bank because I don't have all the price action we need. But believe it or not, I think we're going to fill the first gap fill. This gap fill here, I believe it's going to be filled next week. And honestly, I don't want to get too hyped yet, but honestly, I think we might be setting up for the thing that we all want, guys. I think we might be setting up for the thing we all want. The first guaranteed, it would be at least a 450 to 500% gain. If we can manage to get above the last gap fill, then the sky's the limit. Someone asked me if I think we could get to $100. I think 75 is much more likely, but $100 is possible. I think 75 is much more likely, but I think $100 is possible. If we do get enough gamma, enough FOMO, enough shorts covering, I don't think $43 is going to be the bottom. With the short interest that we have, I don't think if we got this to cover, and with the short interest that exists and all the synthetics that exist, we don't know how much they cleaned up in the reverse split. I do think they did clean up some things. We don't know how much, but I do believe we would see a crazy event. And this is speculation. But I believe that they actually needed the short. They needed the reverse split to clean up some of the things before they had a short squeeze. That way it doesn't, one, get too out of control. They also needed to have the reverse split. That way they have the shares, because if you notice they have way more shares to short it. They needed to make sure they have shares to control this thing when it does start to squeeze. I also think that they did position themselves in a way to make money off of the short squeeze. So that way they're a hedge fund. That's what they do. They hedge. So I believe that's what they are doing right now. I believe they needed the time, and I believe that they used the reverse split to get some of the shares as well. This is all speculation, but again, it's possible that we could see that, okay? At very least, we're going to 40, okay? So my personal strategy is I started a new position, and then I averaged down on my old position low enough that when it does go to 40, I'll be in profit, and I started a new position. That way I can take advantage of all the gains. But guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. If you did find this video informative, please go ahead and drop a like. Please subscribe for more content like this. I want to say that I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all of your donations. I really, really appreciate it. We went hard today, so I just want to thank you guys one more time, because you guys went hard yesterday and today. Actually, all week, you guys been going crazy on the super chat, so I can't thank you guys enough. Shout out to all the mods and everyone helping me out, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to everyone that tunes in daily and shows your support. I really appreciate it. And shout out to all the new members of the DataZero family, because we are growing rapidly, guys. We are growing rapidly. So appreciate all the new members of the DataZero family. Truly, truly appreciate it. And thank you, guys. For some reason, I think the count's messed up, because my count's showing 9,000 or 9,395. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. Normally it doesn't fuck up. That's why I was like, what's wrong with it? But thank you guys anyways. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And shout out to all the new members of the DataZero family. We are growing rapidly. What's up, Joe? When's the Taylor Swift concert? Yeah, when does that start? The Taylor Swift concert. So I normally go live at 8 o'clock, 8:30. And I'm probably going to start doing live more often than video. Oh, man. Yeah, Friday we could take off. Yeah, guys. So the thing about Taylor Swift that I want everyone to agree or understand is that for a short squeeze, you need ingredients. And one of the ingredients is having people interested in knowing about the company. And the fact that a whole bunch of people are talking about AMC and Taylor Swift and the concert is bringing buzz to AMC. And this is something that you need for a short squeeze. If all of these people talk about AMC and see the prices going back up, that could easily cause enough FOMO to start kicking things off. And the fact that we are seeing short interest drop 2 to 3%, that's huge, y'all. That is absolutely huge. And there is a potentiality that some shorts are beginning to cover. And if that is the case, we will see the stock just keep melting up. And if you guys notice what has been happening lately, the stock has been melting up. RSI is blown the fuck out. It has bearish divergence. RSI is just done, guys. And we've just been slowly drifting up. Even when the MACD turns bearish, we just keep going up. We're outside of the bands. Like, we just keep going up, 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 up. We've been riding the 13 moving average the whole time. If you check out the 13 moving average, we've been riding the 13. Not the 20, the 13 we've been riding. That's extremely high. Yeah, and we had a strong close. And we had a strong close. I'll look at it real quick. Oh, yeah, this thing's done, man. This thing is done. It looks like it finally found a bottom, though. It looks like it finally found a bottom. Oh, wow. Okay. Never mind. This has a low risk to reward. Did it have any news or anything like that? This is up like 50%, 12, 16. So like 16. It's up like 16% off the bottom. I'll tell you exactly. Hold on. It's an extension. Fibonacci extension is what it is, right? Yeah. It's 27. A little bit more than that. Maybe it found a bottom finally. What did this thing do in after hours? Did it keep going up? It just went off the chart. All right, I'm going to give a prediction on TradingView and on Webull. Okay. Wow. RSI, yo, this is, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. Dude, shorts might be covering. I don't want to get you guys too hyped, but shorts might be covering, man. Shorts might be covering. Small shorts, something's going on, dude, but we'll find out. I mean, think about it. Think about it, guys. Think about this real quick. Think about it. Think about it. Literally think about it. The reverse split should have been the kill shot because all the apes were scared of it, and they probably thought we would all sell after they pushed it down that far. They probably picked up the shares to cover when it was that low. Now that Taylor Swift has come out and it's done another positive earning and it's raised all of that money, the short thesis is for real destroyed. It could be that they finally said this is it. They didn't sell for the reverse split. AMC is clearly not going bankrupt, and in fact, it has more money than ever and a better business than ever. And now they just got the Taylor Swift thing on top of all that cash. It could be that they're done. It could be. It could be. It's not far-fetched. Let's see a little bit more price action. But if this thing starts to just keep melting up, that's what's happening. All right, guys, so here's what I'm thinking. We'll probably get like a little move up to the upside. MACD has a green candle on the 1, on the 5, and then same thing for Webull, a little bit of pop to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at, guys. This is what I'm looking at for AMC. We'll probably come up to about $10.50. And then we need to get back above $10.50 by market afternoon. So by mid-afternoon, we need to be above $10.50. We need to maintain above that level to hold it. And again, just like the text says, we need to hold above $10.48/$10.50 to break up. Anything less, we come down to $9.65. So guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Again, we are literally at breaking point. RSI is pretty hot on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, everything, but we are literally melting up. We're outside the Bollinger Bands, all of that good stuff. So we could see something pop off. If we get to $11, the gamma ramp is going to be absolutely crazy, and we are not far away from the $11 mark. We are not that far at all. Yeah, if you missed it, please watch again. If you missed it, please watch again. For everyone who hasn't or watching it later, please press subscribe. If you found this video informative or if you like the content you've seen, please press subscribe. I truly appreciate it. If you want, you guys can check in tomorrow. You guys can check in tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I will be live giving updates and predictions on AMC. If you want to check out some of my old live streams, they are in the live stream. They were in the live stream lounge. And then if you want to join the Discord, guys, hit me up. But the Discord literally pays for itself. You guys can see this person got a 66% gain. This is from the day. This person got, let's see, a 47% gain, 167% gain. And this is from the day. And again, guys, this is just some of the winners, okay? I have way more winners from the day, way more winners from yesterday. So if you want to get involved, hit me up. DataZeroOfficial5 is the email. DataZeroOfficial5 is the email. All of the information is linked down below. And again, I appreciate you all for giving super chats, donations. You guys went crazy this weekend. So I seriously can't thank you enough on that. You guys went crazy this weekend. This week you guys went pretty hard, man. The birthday week was pretty crazy, but this is almost up there with that. So I don't know what happened, but you guys went nuts this week. So thank you, man. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Looks like I'll be getting my stand-up desk a lot sooner than I think. So I'll see you guys later, man. I got more shit I got to do and all that stuff. So you're welcome. Check me out tomorrow for another live, and I'll probably doing more live streams at the end of the day, guys, like this. It's just easier for me. I don't want to be lazy, but it's easier for me than editing the videos. It takes a lot more time to edit and everything. It's very easy for me to come on here and just go straight through everything because that's how I do the videos. And then also I can interact with you guys if you have any questions. So be expecting a lot more lives from me. If you see a video come up around 8:30, obviously I won't be going live that day. But guys, this is everything I have for you, man. I'm out of here. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.